Who'd you play for?
Oh, I played most of my footy in Tasmania.
Yeah, but did you play in Lincoln?
I played for Tasmans. Sorry about that.
Shit, Tasman.
Sorry about that.
So I'm sorry too.
Yes.
Warrior from the wing, well shepherded by Hughes, goes round on the left boot, looking for McLaughlin. Found that player. McLaughlin will steady the play from the centre wing. Switches play in, looking for Ray Rotherston in the centre of the ground, just backwards of the centre half forward spot. Drives deep, looking for Wayne Raleigh on the lead, and a good lead and a good mark taken by Wayne Raleigh, and a 15-metre penalty applied against Power. Wayne Raleigh back into the side again. His kick. Straight through the middle from about 40 metres out, directly in front. His first goal, Boston's first score.
I take it that you were involved with Boston's right from the start?
Yeah. Probably even before they were formed, because what's his name? Oh, Mr. Allen, my boss at the Lincoln Hotel. He was talking to Chick Ailiff and Garry and all them, you know, and things like that. And I said, what's going on? And see, Garry just come out of from Souths, and he wasn't going to leave, he was going to stay. And we were going to go back to Souths. I didn't want to go back, but Garry wanted to go back to play. And then as soon as we started, he said, no, I'm not going back there. We had such good time at Souths, at Boston's, really good.
So it was a pretty good social scene right from the start, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, perfect, there we go. Oh yes, there we go.
We all stood around and everybody was listening, and everyone would laugh at something, and someone come up with something else, and yeah, that had happened in the club.
You had actually no home at that time, is that right?
Who?
The club, because you didn't have Paul Oval.
No, I know.
How does a club survive without a home?
Well, we did, because we had the baseball little. It wouldn't have been. It would have been only as big as that lounge here. Not even big as that, I don't reckon. It had a couple of tables in there, and the men trainers rubbed everybody down on Sunday morning, or some after the game, and then they cleaned it up for our meeting on Monday night, the ladies' meeting on Monday night.
It was that big, and that's what you ran a club out of?
Yeah, we went...
In the Port Lincoln Football League? No
yeah, and then Harold got the schoolhouse.
Which was a big step up?
Yeah. That baseball thing was at Ravendale.
So you really based at Ravendale?
Yeah.
But you didn't play... Or did you play your home games at Ravendale or Centenary?
No, we played them at both.
At both, yeah.
Yeah, and we also had our football oval was up there. It was actually up there.
At Ravendale?
At where the club rooms is now.
Oh, so you still did have an oval up there?
We had an oval up there, so they could do there. So they can do there until we got it all fixed up, ready for other teams to come in.
Yeah.
We had to get.
So you had training up there, I guess, and
yeah, they trained
years before you actually had games.
They still trained up there.
Yeah, in fact, there's probably some of that period that you're talking about in here, actually.
Oh.
Where would you start us off?
Well, I'll tell you how I came to do this book.
All right then.
I've got 4 grandsons. They've all played sport, and I've done every sport for them. If you look over there under that table, there's a whole heap of books in those boxes.
The kick from Pont is right up into the goal square. Up goes Fowler. Spoilt down to Ween, on to Loxton. Loxton down to the centre of the ground. In the way is Bruce Sutherland, the ever reliable half-back, full-back for Boston's. He steadies at the centre square, looks wide, looking for Pont once again. Over the top comes the ruckman in Foster, spoils down to Earl, out wide. Feltus in pursuit now. Ball brought back into play. Over the ball is Harris. Tackled heavily. Miller, the handball to Feltus. Steadies the game. Looks upfield. House spoilt beautifully by Sutherland. The ball comes to deck. Karatzavala slipping. Mullins over to Pont. Pont with the handball to Bryant. Bryant steadies. Has the shot. And it looks good from this point. And that's the first score of the game with Ian Bryant, the Boston centreman, kicking that first goal. And Boston's go to 1 goal, leading South yet to score.
Yes, well, it's good flow on play there by Boston's. A good bit of handball, and they had the running players there to set that play up. I was a little bit disappointed in the defence of Feltus there in the back pocket when he had the opportunity, I think, to take the ball over the boundary line, but elected to tap it back into play.
We went over for holidays.
Yeah.
Gary and I from Mount Gambier.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, and of course, who was it? Waybacks wanted him to coach. So that was all right. We'll go back. But then South, because he played as a kid there, wanted him as well. But what happened, there was a boy that came up from Mount Gambier and he played for Waybacks. He said, Gary's a really good footballer, but I don't think he'd be a coach. Well, he coached Clangadoo from bottom, brought him up to finish second.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But anyhow, and he coached some of these guys too. And
So he went to South and then on to Boston's.
Yeah, and we stayed there.
Yeah, and he came over to play.
Who? Garry finished up.
He did play or he didn't play?
Yes, he played. He played for South.
Yeah, but what about Boston's?
Oh yeah, he played for Boston's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So tell me about his playing career with Boston's.
Oh, I don't want to. Everybody knows what he's done.
All right, well, other people can talk about that. How'd you meet Garry?
Oh, he knocked around with my brother down in Mount Gambier.
Yep.
I knew the family and that, so yeah. I wasn't interested in him when I was a teenager. Oh. Harold Freeman was a great guy. He was the mayor of Port Lincoln.
And he got his togs on to run out for the first...
Yeah, this one.
Is that the first game or the first game at Centenary?
No, first game.
First game.
Yep.
The first kick. Did he actually play?
Harold, he was too old.
Yeah, I'm going to say, he doesn't look like he actually played. But
No, he didn't play. He just run the boys out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great day. Yeah.
How many years in the making?
Oh, not many.
The whole thing came together in what, a couple of years?
No.
A year?
They got straight into it. They played the first, it started on the 2019, on, what's that there?
72.
72, yeah, that's when we started, and the same years they virtually worked it all out. Because they got some good players that had played before, and Garry was pretty good at teaching people and stuff like that. Yeah, and by the end of the first season, they were really good, but we just didn't have enough, you know. Poor old Ray, when he started, he went in and they said to him he had to go out and play ruckman now, because one of the ruckmen got hurt. And he said, what do I do? He didn't know, but he was pretty good. Oh, he was my favourite one.
They'll need I think it's going to be the battle of the fittest side here before this day's out. Anyway, this one's Tom King here in defence for Boston's. A good handball over the pack. That's early opportunity. He's overrun it. Foster there for South. King in there again. And is penalised Foster for holding the ball. A little bit tough on Foster, I thought. But here comes King, right up along the wing. Looking for Pont. But here's Chloe Hesse. A short centre half back, this fella, but obviously a class player. But once again, South seem to be falling down here, looking for the centre half forward, and it's Sutherland, a very strong player, relieving for Boston's. Fine kick up to centre half forward, and a big...
Over the top, Wilson.
Wilson, right?
Yes, Darren Wilson, young Darren Wilson.
Darren Wilson, yes, a good mark there by Wilson. He's put it forward, a penetrating kick there. Feldus in there in defence, but Loxton takes the ball off the pack, chips away short to young Michael Williams. He's around the pack nicely, penetrates beautifully to the centre of the ground, but Kim Clark can't hold that one. Here's Wotherston, chips away in front of Earl. He's easily around his opponent. Onto his right leg, up to centre half forward. Weens behind his particular forward there. No one able to get possession. Kratzavalis' hand pass is uncharacteristic for him, but it comes out to Pont. Mullen over to Pont, and here's Fowler it is under the fall of the ball. He's read it, judged that high kick in better than anybody else. Just umpire Morford here.
Now, I'm going to start with how I came to get all these stuff. Sure. What happened, Harold died, and his daughter came up with this box. And it's only a little flat box, about that high, and he said, give it to Marlene Turnbull. When I die, you have to give it to Marlene Turnbull because she'll do something with it. She won't let it go. And I had it under the boys. I had grandsons and that, and they'd come down and stay the weekend and that, under the bed and all that. And one day Luke said to me, Nan, you got a box under there, it's got stuff in it. And I said, yes, and don't you touch it because it's very important. And Nana doesn't want to lose it, and which he didn't. So when I retired, I thought, what am I going to do? I've worked all my life, you know, and I thought, I can't sit around. My work was done by 9 o'clock in the morning and everything, and tea ready, getting ready for tea. And I thought, oh, I've got to do something. And then and this scrapping come out, and they had this fancy things to put them in. But I decided I'd go down and see it's like a office shop. We got it in the main street, not the main street, the back street, and I can't think of the girl's name. I've been away too long. And she showed me these.
Yes.
And I thought, right, that's a good idea. So I started doing it. So that's how I started doing it. And
magnificent.
And I didn't know whether anyone would like it, but then a couple of them came around home and seen it and said, yeah, it's good, you're doing, yeah, you know.
It is.
Yeah, so other than that, and
the Tigers are underway.
yeah,
Garry Turnbull, number 11, Boston's. Outnumbered by Tasman Backman, but he's undaunted.
Smaller came in the front spot, Pont from behind, and grabs another fine mark. He's playing a very good constructive game there. There goes the half-time siren. Obviously, he has to have the shot. Boston's leading by 1 point at this stage. And he should make the distance, Peter, I feel, from there. He's given it a fair ride, and that's straight through the middle. That's a fine kick, about 55 to 60 metres out.
Well, I got everything I could possibly get in the papers. And see, I had to I used to go down to the library, and they showed me how to copy off the whole page, and it was good. Yeah. They were quite happy that I was doing it.
The club?
No, the library.
Oh, the library?
Yeah, they thought it was all right.
The library's the best service available, isn't it? It's available for free.
Yeah.
It's got all this amazing stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, they had books with some in it too, the papers, you know. So I went through all them, and then I'd have to put them back in again. What?
Tapped over by Haynes, tapped forward again by Walker, punched out by Moose, picked up by Rowe, switches straight across ground, good play looking for House and finds that player on the half-back flank for South. He steadies it up a bit. South's got running players down the field, decides to go long, looking for Smart. Behind, it's spoilt by Earl. He recovers, a nice handball on to the running Sutherland. One bounce, switches the play inboard, looking for Ernie Warrior. Takes a nice mark. Handballs quickly on to Michael Miller. He runs through the ball, kicks directly through it, and a goal to Boston's, and they're starting to come alight. That's Miller's second goal, Boston's fourth.
Am I on that thing again and now? Talking?
Oh, yes, yes.
I am.
Yes, but it's been recording for some time. In fact, we've got everything we needed today. So,
Yeah.
so the pressure's off now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too blurry. I can't see it properly.
But reading glasses are great.
Hey?
But reading glasses are great.
Oh, God. I'd painted bloody walls and all in that place.
What colour?
I can't even remember.
Yellow, I guess.
Me and Harold Freeman and his brother one day said, would you two girls, would you be able to help us out with this wall right along here? And we said, when do you want that done? And they said, oh, we're going to do it on Monday. And of course we both worked, and so I took the day off, and so did Maxine Raleigh. Her and I, they went first and we went after them to do the second lot and all this. And then when they finished, they said, oh my God, we couldn't keep up with you girls. Yeah, so. Oh dear.
Yeah, well, just like all clubs, they're lucky in their volunteers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because
And the ladies' committee, we worked so hard for them.
How many were on the committee?
Oh, there was anyone that wanted to come could come, mainly older ones, you know.
Which for a new club is not easy, because you don't have, you know, any sort of historic sort of allegiance or anything.
Well, Ray's mother was there too, Gloria, Maxine, myself, Faye Ween. There was quite a lot of us, and we raised money. We had baking down, cakes we'd sell down down the street and all that crap. Yeah, and make money.
It's always done by the women, isn't it?
Yeah, and we got curtains up, and some of the ladies didn't like the curtains and all that. Before I left over there, anyhow, Gloria went to look for a stove and that, and I said, she told me to go and have a look, and I went down and had a look, and we got a good price off that, and I thought we needed it, you know, and the ladies raised the money again for that. We raised a lot of money, yeah. And I was reading last night on a book that I've got in there, Chick talking about his team, and they were talking about when we started that the league gave us $500, and Waybacks, Tasmans, Tumby Bay, three of them, they all put in 200 in, and we paid them back very quickly. That's how good we were, you know, all the drinks.
That's right. Well, good earners, good payers.
Yeah, and our teas that we did and come along, and someone asked about someone up there was getting married, wanted to get married, and they didn't know where'd have their venue and that. Well, I don't know whether it was me, but one of us said we could have it up here. See if they'll let you have it up here. So we did that, and we started to get it all over the place, and we made a lot of money on that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And everybody, and I tell you what, even the people that didn't come to the club very much, like Ryan Mrs. Don and Mary Ryan. They were great. All I had to do was say, Mary, I've got a wedding on. Could you do me some little cakes and things like that? Not like the weddings they have now. You go in now and you have a big plate and you've got a little bit of stuff there to eat and nothing else. Because they don't know what they're doing.
But that was back in the days when they filled up the stomachs.
That's right. Yeah.
With hearty portions.
Yeah.
And so everyone would chip in and you'd end up with tables laden with food. And there's Ian Watherston.
Yeah, Ian was great. Ian was great, a great footballer. These kids, like Ray and Ian and Potsy and, oh God, come on Marlene. Oh God. Where's some names? Nobody wanted them, and they came out, and I'm so wrapped in Ray because he took our club to a grand final, and it had to be someone that was there at the beginning. Had to be.
Way is John Gibson for Boston. He goes towards the centre of the ground, sets Watherston up.
Garry, he had. This is after he had his aneurysm. Oh. Yeah, and Harold came around when he came home from the hospital, and Garry was just getting over it all. Coach asked him to coach, and I thought, oh, I hope he's going to be all right.
Yep, and he was.
Yeah. He was always in trouble. He had an accident in Eden. And was pretty sick for a long while, but come back and played. He still played when he was probably 45, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was a B grade.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, I always have said and always figured that you should definitely play while you can because one day you won't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I played until I was 49, I think, but over 35s.
That's when they beat Boston's for the first time ever.
When they beat?
Waybacks, I mean. Yep. Boston's beat Waybacks. Yeah. First league win, that was.
How long did it take? 1974.
Yeah, it took us 1974.
2 years.
Yeah.
But no one lost heart?
Yeah, well, we had Tasman. We beat Tumby Bay, and then they went out of it after a while and went back up to my grandkids played for Tumby Bay. They,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not then, because I didn't have them. But when they got Tony went up there, and Philip had the butcher shop up there.
Well, they had a big day in 1968, but they struggled a bit after that, I think.
Yeah. Well, Luke played in 2 grand finals up there.
Really?
Yeah. They won.
In Great Flinders?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've done really well. Thanks very much, Marlene. You've been great.
It's good.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was easy, wasn't it?
I don't know. You tell those. Oh, I'm still not on the thing.
No, I'm just about. I'll let it out anyway, but I'll turn it off so then you can relax.
Yeah.
There you go. And then I'll grab that microphone off you in just 2 seconds. In fact, I'll grab it off you now. Actually, just let me grab that. You lift up your arm, and the other one. There you go. I'll take that around there. There you go. So that's now good. You are free.
Yeah, I'm free now.
There we go.